Hey YouTube family, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney with Southern Owls. If you're new here, I'm so glad you are here today. We are collabing with creekroad.net. Look how beautiful this sign is. This is a 10-inch metal sign. I did punch some holes in it and threaded through some pipe cleaners for our design today. We are using two different kinds of mesh. This is going to be a beautiful over-the-top Christmas wreath. So we're going to be using this awesome green, emerald green mesh with the border stripe. And look how fun. This is like the perfect nutcracker mesh. This is a fabric mesh. I pre-cut both rolls at 25 inches. 25 inches today. We are going to be using this on an evergreen base. I'm really excited. It's going to be big and beautiful. Now, look how beautiful these sprays are going to be. We are going to add in some gold and red bay leaves. Look at the glitter on those. We're going to be adding in some green maidenhair. I love maidenhair. So beautiful with that laser glitter. And look how fun these are. We're going to be adding in these gold and red dots. Okay. Don't worry, we got ribbon too, y'all. Let me show y'all this awesome ribbon. We have this 2.5 inch red and green. We have, oh my gosh, I love, or 2.5 inch, 1.5 inch. These are beautiful. We have 3 2.5 inch ribbons. Of course, we have to throw a nutcracker, some green. Oh my gosh, I love all of this. And then we're going to add in a little bit of a 7/8 inch ribbon today. So let's get started. I'm so excited that you're here today. If you are shopping with Creek Road today or any day, you can use my code OWL10 and you'll get 10% off your entire order. So you can go and grab all these supplies. Of course, they're going to be linked in this tutorial, and you can go and grab all these supplies from creekroad.net and come back and watch the replay. You can come back and rewatch me do this tutorial, and you can come and hang out with me and design this fabulous, beautiful nutcracker wreath. So the great thing, guys, about an evergreen is you don't have to really worry about where the twisty ties are. You can put this in wherever you want in the twisty ties. So we're going to be doing that cruffle method that I love. See, this mesh just naturally rolls in on itself. So we're going to let it naturally roll in itself a few times. We're going to pinch the middle, and we're going to walk our fingers over to the other side. Look how beautiful that is. And then we're just going to go right next to our green mesh. We're going to open up wherever you want these little greenery ties, and we're going to plop in that mesh. And just like we would be using a pipe cleaner or the tinsel ties, you're just going to use that evergreen. You're going to use the evergreen to get those mesh pieces nice and tight. So we're just going to keep on with our little cruffle method, adding in our mesh, doing every other color. And we're just moving right down and tying this in. Just like anything else, if you're using a pipe cleaner or tinsel ties, you're going to want to make sure that when we're tying in this mesh, that you get it really nice and tight also, okay? So we're just going to move on. I'm kind of doing like the inside, the inner first, and then we'll go along the outside and add in some more mesh. So we're really just building up our base. We're making it really beautiful, making sure that this wreath's going to be big, y'all. It's going to be really, really cool. It's going to look really nice with that 10-inch metal sign in the middle as well. Welcome in, y'all. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love to have you here for more than just a short stay. Love to have you here forever. So remember, we're just rolling, pinching, and then walking our fingers over to the other side. And just tying that right into our tinsels. Actually, let me move that just a little bit because we're going to have to squeeze 2 over here. And move that down just a little bit. And we're going to put a green, and a red in that space. We can do it. This wreath's going to be beautiful. So let it naturally roll in. 1, 2, pinch. Walk your fingers over to the other side. by staying in the middle as best as you can, and then just lay it right down next, and then twist it in. Don't overthink the evergreen base. I know a lot of people are intimidated by them. Don't be. It's just another base. Okay, now we got that inner done. She's already looking great. And see, now we're gonna move on to the outer perimeter. Same thing, we're just gonna do that cruffle method where we turn, pinch, walk your fingers over to the other side. And wherever you wanna go, just find two evergreen tinsels, and twist them together. We're just gonna keep on exactly how we did in the inner rings. We're gonna do that on the outer rings. How's everyone doing today? Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, my name's Courtney with Southern Owls. Like I said, I've been designing wreaths for about 5 years now. I started my YouTube channel a few years ago, and I'm so thankful for everyone tuning in and hanging out with me. I have a lot of Christmas designs coming up in October, so stay tuned. We got some more nutcracker coming up. We got some Santa boots. Oh my gosh, I have so many fun things coming up for y'all over here on YouTube. I know it sounds crazy, but I already have talk about being organized. I have every October YouTube tutorial planned out and supplies picked. Because you know what? As a wreath maker, we get crazy during fourth quarter. So I always like to stay as organized, as I can, right? We do the best that we can when we're wreath designers. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, keep on going, y'all. Guys, and if you are a beginner and you're loving my YouTube channel and you're thinking, man, Court, I kind of want to like elevate my design skills now, get a little bit more in-depth tutorials with you, I do have a private design group called the Double Troublemakers. We would love to have you. I'm a designer in the Double Troublemakers group with my wreath bestie, Miss Lindsay with Tarnation Creations. We design in the group once a week. We also teach business tips and tricks as well. We teach social media and just little things that I have learned along the way of being a small business owner that has helped me. Not only have I owned Southern Owls for 5 years, I've actually owned a hair salon for 13 years. 13 years I've owned my hair salon. So I've been a small business owner for a few years now, and I've definitely made mistakes and learned things along the way for sure. So I feel like I have a lot of knowledge to give to y'all. So if y'all would like to sign up for that, you can do so at doubletroublemakers.com. Also, guys, when you join the group, you are going to get 20% off creekroad.net supplies. So that's who we're collabing with here today. So when you join the group, you'll get 20% off, which is amazing. You'll also get 20% off of our wreath attachment maker, Miss Nicole, with Looking Glass Wreaths. She's on Etsy, and if you join, you can use that special 20% off code to her Etsy shop as well. Also, you can use it for Southern Owls. So if you're loving my wreath kits as well, you can sign up to be in the group, and you'll get 20% off my Southern Owl wreath kits. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, you know what, too, guys? I have a wreath kit coming up with Creek Road. Oh my gosh, y'all are gonna love it. Y'all are gonna love it. It's gingerbread vibes. So if you are into gingerbread, go check out creekroad.net's website and see if that cute gingy kit is still available. Okay, look how beautiful that is. So beautiful. So now we're gonna fill in the middle. So what I like to do is just take some pipe cleaners, and we're gonna make crossbars. So we're going to take 2 pipe cleaners and marry them together. And we're going to do that times 2. And these are what I like to call crossbars. So this is going to make it so I can put more mesh in the middle. And the reason why I want to do that, guys, is I want to make sure that my sign isn't going to sink down into my wreath. So we're just going to thread that through on both sides and just make these little crossbars with our pipe cleaners. Good little wreath hack to know and have. I need to know, guys, what is your holiday theme for the house this year? What do y'all decorate in? My main tree is gingerbread. And I just changed it last year. So I will keep this theme for another year for sure. Maybe I'll change it next year. We'll see. But I did do a lot of new trees last year. So I feel this year we're not going to do any new themes with anyone's trees. And maybe next year we'll change up some of the themes around my house. Okay, so now I'm just going to add in some pipe cleaners to this crossbar. And that's going to make it that I can attach now 4 pieces of mesh inside the middle of this work board. I hope this is a new little tip for y'all. If you're new, this is a great way to add in some places for your mesh. So same thing, we're just going to do that cruffle method. And these are cut at 25 inches. Say that again, 25-inch cuts for this mesh today. And we're just going to lay those down into those V pipe cleaners. Give them a few good twists. And I'm still going to do every other color, just like we did all around the wreath. So the great thing about using like an evergreen base, it's going to really provide more stability for like your larger wreath attachment, or if you're putting a lot of picks and sprays in there, it's just going to add as a thicker barrier because you're sticking them into that evergreen base. Versus just sticking it to your mesh. All right, one more. Beautiful, beautiful mesh, guys. All of my materials today are from creekroad.net. Creekroad.net, y'all. Check them out. They're amazing. They're amazing. Okay, so now we have filled in that middle. Look how easy that was. We have a few pieces left. I'm just going to toss them over to the side. What I'm going to do now is add in my beautiful sign. Now, this is a 10-inch metal sign. These are from creekroad.net. They have metal signs in 4 different sizes. They come in 6, 8, 10, and 11 point. Oh, is it 7.5 or 2.5? Something like that. We'll say 12. We'll say 12. My favorite is the 10-inch sign. I use that the most often. My second would be the 6-inch sign because I do like to use those for my paint stick swags. So if you're new here, I love to make really nice paint stick swags using their signs. So you can check out those tutorials here on my YouTube channel also. Guys, I am just finding the wire of this evergreen base and tying and securing this pipe cleaner to it. So I always put one hand underneath my wreath and I have one hand on top. And I'm threading through the pipe cleaner and now I'm making contact with that base and tying it around because we just want to make sure that the sign is nice and secure. They also, Creek Road sells the jewelry hole punchers, and you are definitely going to need one of those if you are going to start using these metal signs. So where you're shopping at Creek Road, go ahead and add one of these. This is what it looks like to your cart. And it's so easy to use. It pierces right through that metal. Okay, sign is beautiful. I love her already. So now we're going to do the bow. We're going to do a very big, beautiful bow coming out the bottom of this beautiful, beautiful wreath. We're going to get the hard part out of the way. So I'm going to grab a cable tie and a pipe cleaner. Kind of look at my ribbon, get it organized. I think we're going to do a 10-inch tail. And we're going to start off, I'm wanting to do some 6-inch loops, right? Yeah, 6-inch loops. I'm going to measure at the 12 to get that 6-inch loop. And then we're going to bring it on down and around to do that 10-inch tail. I'm just going to cut that off while holding everything in my hands. Guys, if this is too much, it will hurt your hands. You can always use a bow maker. So I'm always going to give you all those dimensions of how to make your bows. Okay, now this is directional ribbon. So I just want to make sure that my nutcrackers aren't upside down. We're going to stick with that 6-inch loop. So find the 12 and we're going to marry that together. Just flip that loop completely around if your nutcrackers are upside down. Oh, you know what? I'll leave it like that, and we're going to go like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut this off right there. Okay, and I'm going to cut off about 12-inch piece. I'm going to pinch it to give me a little bit of room to put down. So now we have both of those tails going the right direction. Okay, I'm going to use just a little bit of this to spice up the bow. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to do a 6-inch tail. I'm going to come up at the top and we're going to come down to the bottom at 10 inches. We're just going to give a little bit of that in there. Just a tail of that one, just to kind of give it a little something, something. I'm going to come in with this 1.5 inch at 10 inches. And now I'm going to shrink down my loops to 5.5. So we're going to do 2 5.5-inch loops. Bring it down. I'm going to bring in this beautiful, I love this ribbon. Bring this down and around. We're going to do that 10-inch tail again. Lay it right there in the middle. And we're going to do 5.5-inch loops. Bring it down and around. Cut off at the 10. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to bring, this is going to be crazy again, I want to bring in this ribbon again. Okay, and I'm going to do 10, we're just going to cut a strip of it. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to cut it right here so we get that nutcracker fully in. I'm going to give it a pinch. I'm going to bring it right up here, and we're just going to add in another tail of that nutcracker right there. Now we're going to come in with the skinny ribbon, and I'm going to do a 6-inch tail coming out the top. And we're just going to do that center loop with the gold. Like how beautiful that is. Just give it a little spice. A little spice right there. We're going to come in with our cable tie and tie it all around. We're going to thread that pipe cleaner underneath the cable tie halfway. And now we're going to get that cable tie really nice and snug. Snip it off and rotate that pipe cleaner, twist it around the cable tie. Oh, that bow is beautiful. So now I'm going to lay out my bow. I'm going to kind of start manipulating all of these tails down and around. Beautiful, beautiful bow, y'all. I'm going to lay it on my table, and now what I want to do is dovetail. But you know what? We're going to put this on the wreath first, and then we're going to dovetail. So I'm going to come down a little bit below my sign, right in the middle, and we're going to thread through that pipe cleaner around the bar through the mesh. Get it a little snug, but not too snug. And just wrap it around the crossbars. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love this bow. This bow be bowing. This bow be bowing. Look how beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to go in and I'm going to dovetail everything. So I'm going to kind of start at the back. I'm going to leave these a little bit longer. So I'm going to cut them, fold that in half, and then just cut up at an angle. We're going to do that to all of them. I might do a little bit shorter for some of them, keep some of them a little bit longer. And I like to do that because then we can kind of just see all the layers. I'm just going to angle cut that beautiful gold instead of dovetailing. I don't know, when the ribbon starts getting really skinny, it kind of looks a little kind of hard to do the dovetail and make it look good. So I like when I'm using that 7/8 inch ribbon or the 5/8. There's even a skinnier ribbon that Creek Road has in stock. I like to just angle cut those. Ooh, this bow's beautiful. Okay, we're going to fluff it out. Yes, I'm thinking I'm liking all of that. We're going to come into the top because remember, we added some of this to the top. Fold that in half. Okay, I might have decapitated him. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Maybe I should have just... but it needs to be a little bit shorter because I don't want to impede in the sign either. Okay. I'm going to fluff all this out. Oh, that's pretty. That is really, really pretty, y'all. Yes, that bow be bowing. That bow be bowing. Okay, so now, are y'all ready? We're not going to do ribbon tails like I've done before. We're going to just do some ribbon tails that are going to cascade down and around our design. So all that means is we're going to start kind of placing where I want the tail. Let's see how long I want it, just kind of roughly. Placing that in. We're going to bubble it up. And I'm just using those pines that are in there. And then we're going to go. Okay, I'm going to cut here. I'm probably going to end up decapitating him again, though. But don't judge me, okay? I don't mean to do that. I don't mean to do that. So we're going to take this out now because I just kind of wanted to get a little slight measurement. And now we're going to cut the rest of our ribbon to those measurements. Now, I'm not going to use all of this because that would be a lot. So I think I'm going to go more with... I don't want it to be too overwhelming, and I'm thinking if I use this, it might be a lot of pattern. So I'm kind of thinking we use the glitter for the base. Okay, so we have 2 of these. We're, of course, going to use the gold, but I don't think we need both. So I feel like we would either use the stripes. I'm thinking I'm digging this one, though, or this. So let's do this. And then I'm going to go in with the gold on top. So I'm just layering all of this together. And we're going to do it times 2. So just cut all of that. Super, super easy. Okay, so now we have a big, long strip. And we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to measure out our ribbons. Oh, I forgot the nutcracker. Beautiful, guys. Also, if you're new to wreath making or you're really getting frustrated with all the scissors that you've been buying at those big box stores, creekroad.net also carries my favorite scissors, which are these blue handled scissors. They're amazing. I promise you, you'll never have to use another scissor again. So what I'm going to do now, just to make this really easy, I'm going to stack all of these right on top of each other. And we're going to just layer them exactly where I had them over here. Find those little twisty ties wherever you want to go. We're going to pinch at the bottom. Lay it in there. Give it a few good twists. Make sure it's really nice and snug in there. And we're going to come up. We're going to bubble it. Pinch here. Do I want that a little longer? So hold on. Let me do the base just a smidge longer. Sorry, guys. Let me go down just a couple inches. There we go. Come in here, put them all together, give them a pinch. I want a little bit of a bubble going, not super, super tight. Make it a little bubbly. And then we're going to come in and just twist, 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 okay? And then I'm going to push that down. So now we have this really cool waterfall effect. Before we get too crazy, we're just going to do the same exact thing to the other side. So we're just going to layer these all on top of each other. I'm going to come right back around. And I want it to be pretty even Steven. So I'm going to come in here, dig in my wreath. I want to find 2 tinsel ties that are pretty much where the dips of the waterfalls are for the ribbon are. And just pull some out. Like, that's the best. This is the coolest thing about using one of these work forms is you can definitely just make wherever you want. You have so much free power, right? Free design over where you want everything because these tinsels are all around the work form. Same thing, just tie that really nice and tight down into your work form. I'm going to pull those out. Come up, make a bubble. Put them right into those other pines. Okay, so it's going to look a little something like this. Here's where the magic starts happening. So now what I want to do is just start spreading out these ribbons just a little bit, right? Pulling them over to the side, having them a little moments like that. Okay, we're going to come down here. We're going to snip off at an angle that gold, and then I'm just going to come in here and dovetail all of these in. I'm going to do this a little bit shorter. Okay, and then more magic. You can just start peeling these apart too because they're nice and secure into your wreath. Right, same thing up here. Just come up, cut that one at an angle, and we're going to start dovetailing these. So just fold them in half and cut at an angle, y'all. Fold in half, cut, cut. You can do the same thing up here because they are good to go. You can kind of just start playing around with them until you tweak them and you like the way that they are looking. Super fun. It's going to take up a lot of your wreath space. You're going to be able to see this nutcracker ribbon really well. And it just gives you a different idea on how to make a wreath, right? not everything has to be the exact same. So it's time to kind of spread your wings, try something different, right? And that's what we definitely encourage in the private design group. So we would love to have you once again over there in the Double Troublemakers. If you're ready to kind of step out of that box and find some new design elements. Spread those out. Look how cute that is. Now we got some double tails going. Love that. I think I'm gonna put this a little bit more over so we can see that nutcracker popping out a little bit more. Love that. Okay, so now we have this at the top. We could leave it blank. We could add stuff. I'm going to add a little V-tail. And I'm going to use this ribbon because we didn't use it, but it's in our bow. This ribbon, and I'm going to tie in that strip of gold. So we're doing a little opposite ribbons, but all of these ribbons were in our bow. So I'm going to do the same thing, just kind of lay all of these out on top of each other. I'm thinking a 14-inch, a 14-inch tail. So we're going to cut all of these at 14 inches. Okay, I'm going to find the middle, give it a pinch, and V. And now I'm just going to find a tinsel tie that's already in our work form. And twist, twist, twist. And now, same thing. That is nice and secure. So we're going to come in, and I'm going to diagonal cut these. And dovetail. Okay, but now we're not done. Now we're going to add in all of those fun picks that I showed y'all in the beginning. I am going to shred them though. So I will show y'all how to start nipping them. I'm going to pause y'all so I'm not boring you too much cutting up all the supplies, but I will show you how to get started on that. And then I'll cut the rest of those off camera so you can kind of see what that's looking like. So now we just filled in, isn't that beautiful? Filled in that space. She's looking awesome. Okay, so here are some sprays from Creek Road like I showed you in the beginning. Okay, I use nippers from Home Depot. I love these. And what I'm going to do is wherever there's a natural little bend, right? So I'm going to pull these apart, and wherever there's a natural stick coming off of the main stick is where I'm going to cut all of my supplies, okay? So I will be right back. I'm going to get all of these prepped and ready for us. Okay, everything's cut and organized. Now, I'm going to start off with the bay leaves because these are, out of all of these are the biggest, right? So I want that behind this, right? So I'm just going to start using the bay leaves, and I'm just going to go around in a circle motion and just do every other color and just start laying these in there. Now, I did cut some of these in half also if the stem was really, really long. I have a Sure Bonder. It's that little lime green thing that you see off camera. Sure Bonder glue pot. So I just dip that end into the glue. I do like my glue to be the consistency of honey so it doesn't burn me. I'm going to go right in the bottom of my wreath, and we're just going to start adding these right into the bottom, right by the bow. And I'm just going to start going around in a circular motion, and we're going to do every other. So I'm going to start off with the gold. Next, I'm going to put in the red. Kind of lifting whatever needs to be lifted and moved around, and start adding in this beautiful sparkle. Beautiful, beautiful sparkle. Wanting to make sure that I'm making contact with the wreath, with the actual base as I'm going around. You want enough glue on there that it's going to stick to your wreath, but you definitely don't want to over glue it because then that's how it gets crazy, right? That's how we get the glue globs and the spider glue and all of that. So we're just going all the way around. putting in these beautiful, beautiful leaves. Getting them pretty close to each other. There's no inches, just measure with your heart, okay? Just kind of next to each other, space them around. Doesn't have to be completely perfect. Making sure that we make contact with the mesh or the actual evergreen base as we're gluing in these items going around. Now, you don't necessarily need these items to add in next. I just thought it would give it a nice little glam, you know, nice little glam look. I always feel like for Christmas, everyone likes to go a little bit more than what they normally do, right? They like a little bit more glam than normal. So let me tell you, it's fourth quarter. We're going to be covered in glitter. We're going to take showers as a crafter, and you're still going to be covered in glitter. You're going to look in your hairline and see glitter coming out, and that's okay. It's okay. It's a price we have to pay for a few months while we're designing Christmas, okay? It's just something, a rite of passage. Okay, I'm gonna move these tails over a little bit. Have those sticking out. Very beautiful. If I no longer, this one's a little bit longer. Do the same thing, kind of move those tails out of the way. And have that coming out of the base of our bow. Beautiful. So we have some left over. We might add those in a little bit, but now we got some good coverage. So now I'm going to go in and kind of do a little bit of an opposite moment. I did cut these stems down in half too. So wherever there is a red, I'm going to put a gold. Or we're just going to do that same thing, just kind of layering these in. Doing a little bit of an opposite. Kind of filling in those spaces. Now it will, kind of merge together, but this will be really, really nice. And this just gives another texture element in there. Ooh, I love these little dots. These dots are so beautiful. So just by adding a few pips, you will definitely change your design, right? Add that little glam element to your design. Just stepping it up a little bit. You know what? I already think I know where I want to put these extra bay leaves. I think I want to put them where our little ribbon tails are. I think that's going to look really cool. All right, same thing, just going all the way around. Every other red, gold, red, gold. Very traditional Christmas over here. Beautiful. You know, it's funny. When I was younger, I really wasn't a fan of nutcrackers. It wasn't until I got older. I love a good nutcracker theme. There's just something about it. I think as a kid they used to scare me, which I know sounds so silly, but now I love a good nutcracker. I think they're so cute. I love seeing what like the big box stores come out with the new themes of nutcrackers that they've been doing, which has been really fun to watch. And then over here by the bow, doing those tails on top. It's okay to move stuff around. And go in underneath the tail. I know, you're probably like, Court, no one's going to see that. You will. You'll see a little glisten, a little shimmer. See how that sticks out just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's worth it. It's worth it. Okay. Let me show y'all. Isn't that stunning? Okay, so now we're going to come in because the base is green, so we have a lot of green, but now we've kind of washed the green out. We're going to come in with this really light maidenhair. Beautiful. And we're going to add these right to that same circle of where we were adding everything else. Now this is just going to add in that green back to the design a little bit and a little bit of a light glitter shimmer, which is going to be really gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. Once again, it's just adding in, isn't that fun? Another little texture. Now you're seeing the golds and the reds popping through there because these picks are whimsy, airy. And same thing, I'm just dipping it in that glue, guys. Hot glue is your best friend when crafting. Hot glue is definitely your best friend. Put this one right at the top. I think I want to put one right there. I just wanted to make sure that was emphasized as the top of the wreath. I know, I go back and I flip out these ribbon tails so many times. Don't judge me, okay? It's just a habit. I have to go in. If I mess something up, I got to go in and straighten it all up. Beautiful. Okay, guys, are you liking this? Are you liking a little bit of a change? Does it make you want to design with an evergreen base? Do you feel more comfortable now? Not so afraid of them? I mean, when I started my crafting journey, my wreath making journey, I was definitely afraid. I was very intimidating. Like, oh, but where do I know where to put it? You know, and then I dove into them, the evergreen bases, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. You can put it wherever you want. You know, there's no rules. There's no recipe. You can make your own recipe, which is really awesome. Okay, I'm going to come in. We got two more of these. I'm going to come in under the bow off to the side over here. And we're going to do the same thing the other side. Okay, now we're going to take a look at everything. We have a few more of these little dots even left. I might kind of snip these up. Let me show the camera, though, what it's looking like so far. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. I really just kind of, you know, jazzed it up a little bit. I do think I want to come in here, though, with some of these Rogue bay leaves. Let me play just a second. And just kind of stick those. Ooh, yeah. stick those down in there. Maybe we do too. Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, we're gonna glue these down in there. I'm just gonna dip that leaf, that bottom of the leaf, into my glue and glue them down in there. Very cute. Love that. We're gonna do it to the other side. And up at the top. No piece left behind, right? No little piece. That's cute. That just gives it a little flair. And it kind of just hides that. Down in there. Cute. Okay, let's do the other side. Oh, I love that. Ooh, yes. Love. Okay, I'm kind of thinking maybe I add, since I have two of these coming out by our little V, just fill this in a little bit more. Bring them forward. This is where you can really start just adding in those little flare touches to really make it unique and different in yours, right? Now, do we want to add a couple of these into the bow? Yes, I do. Very pretty. Slide those in. They're just going to give a little glitz to the bow coming down. Moore's like, we got them. Might as well use them. Might as well use them. Okay. Let me flip everything out. Take a look. Beautiful. I'm in love with this wreath. This is absolutely stunning. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cute, y'all. Okay, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? She's beautiful. Sorry about all my lights. They're gonna reflect off of that metal sign. Holy guacamole. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Okay, also, one of the things I love about designing on an evergreen, I feel like the back looks a lot cleaner on your door, right? So it's just, and you can even like fluff out these tinsels too a little bit more. Of course, we go back and we're going to clip all those little pipe cleaners out of there, but that's another awesome thing about designing on an evergreen base. Thank you all so much for being here today. Oh, I just ripped that right out. I'm going to have to glue that back in. You know, it's not a Southern Owls tutorial without something going rogue over here. Something going rogue. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this creekroad.net collab. All of these items are from creekroad.net. Use my code OWL10 at checkout for 10% off your entire order if you're shopping with Creek Road. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this wreath. Y'all gotta go make one. Y'all gotta go make one. They have so many cute nutcracker signs in stock also. I think, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many signs they're up to now, but they like have 4,000, maybe more, maybe 5,000 signs in stock. So I promise you, you're gonna find something that you love. So check this out. All of the items will be in the description of this YouTube tutorial. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like and subscribe. Woo! That's a lot. Bye, guys. I can't wait to craft with y'all again soon. Bye, everyone.